So, basically, what we will be discussing is in business finance is the roles in corporate organization. All right. So let's start the discussion. So, um, we have here the corporate organizational structure. So in every organization, meron po tayong organizational structure, right? So basically, ito yung example. We have here the shareholders. Kung corporation siya, may shareholder. Sino nga ba ang shareholder? Sila yung nag-invest sa business, right? So kung shareholder sila, kikita din sila dun sa, they have a part dun sa income ng business. The board of directors, so sila yung nag-a-appoint ng president or CEO. And then there are different types of department in an organization. We have like the marketing, the finance, the production, the administration, right? So marketing, sila yung task to market the product. Kaya nga merong mga commercial, di ba? So basically ngayon, ang promotion ay nasa TikTok. Tama ba ako, class? Kasi like TikTok is a free applications for businesses to market their product, right? Ang uso na ngayon ay hindi na nagbabayad ng artista. Ang binabayaran ay media influencer. Tama ba ako? Okay, good. Ayan, production, pag-produce ng product, administration, so basically sila yung nagmamanage doon sa operation ng business, right? And at the same time sa pag-hire, right? So meron po tayong mga managers. So, therefore, from the diagram presented, sabi dito that each line is working for the interest of the person on the line above them. So dapat, of course, kung sino yung nasa baba, susunod siya dun sa higher ups niya, right? So since the managers of the company are making decisions for the interest of the board of directors, and the board of directors do the same for the interest of the shareholders, it follows that the goal of each individual in corporate organization should have an objective of the shareholders wealth maximization. So ibig sabihin lang yun, class, na basically bakit nga ba natayo ang isang business, class?
Para kumita.
Very good. Para kumita ng pera. So si shareholder, hindi yan mag-i-invest kung alam niya na hindi siya kikita. Diba? Ikaw ba mag-i-invest ka kung alam mong hindi ka kikita? Right? And the board of directors is the highest policy-making body in a corporation. The board's primary responsibility is to ensure that the corporation is operating to serve the best interest of the stockholder. Kasi basically, class, si stockholder naglalabas yan ng pera para sa business. So ngayon, kung walang pera, walang nag-i-invest sa business mo, paano go-grow yung business mo? Basically, di ba nga, dun sa accounting, hindi naman lahat nagbabayad ka ng cash. Tama ba ako, class? Right? Utang. Meron din utang. At dapat merong pera. Merong pera ang business, hindi pwedeng nasi-zero siya. Right? So, the responsibilities of a board of directors. Alright? So, can you read 1 to 5? Krisha, pabasa nga ako.
Number 1, setting policies on investment, capital structure, and dividend policies. Number 2, approving company strategies, goals, budget. Number 3, appointing and removing member of the top management, including the president. Number 4, determining top management compensation. Number 5, approving the information and other disclosures reported statement.
Okay, very good. Alright, thank you for that. So, sabi dito, class, is that basically sa lahat ng decisions, si board of directors ang nagde-decide, right? Kung magkano yung budget for the whole year, right? Kung sino magiging CEO or chief executive officer, and compensation, yung pera na lalabas, Okay, and then of course, the approving the information and other disclosures reported in the financial statement. So sila din ang magde-decide kung ilalabas ba yan or hindi. Okay? Kasi like yung iba, hindi alam ng empleyado na nalulugi na pala yung business. Kasi hindi inilalabas agad-agad. Hindi sinasabi ng top management na dapat salihin. Right? So what are the responsibilities naman of a president or chief executive officer? CEO Tanya, can you open your camera and read 1 to 4, please?
Ma'am sa CEO, okay. Number 1, overseeing the operations of a company and ensuring that the strategies as approved by the board are implemented as planned. Number 2, performing all areas of management, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Number 3, representing the company in professional, social, and civic activities. Number 4, carries out the decision-making for all functions.
Yan, okay. So basically, si Chief Executive Officer, hindi porket na president ka, ikaw na ang may-ari ng kumpanya. Kasi alam nyo, class, ang nangyayari dyan is, you should hire someone who has the capability in leading the company. Right? So sila, nagbibigay lang sila ng pera. So ang binabayaran mo sa kanila is yung kanilang utak, yung decision nila. Right? Well, that is what you call like intellectual property, right? So you oversee the operations of a business kung tama ba yung operation niya, right? Everything is working out smoothly. Ayan, sa planning, sa organizing, sa stopping, directing, and controlling. Plano, dapat bang isara na isang branch? Dapat bang dumami ang branch? Ini-organize? Dapat bang may tanggalin? Right? Or dapat ba na ganito dapat yung sahod or whatsoever? You know, the rules and regulations, so basically, si President ang nag-decide nun. Of course, with the, dapat sumasang-ayon dyan yung board of directors, right? So, dapat talaga may namumuno sa isang country. Ganun din in a company, right? And representing the company, of course, in professional and social civic activities. So, dapat yan, kung nanonood kayo ng mga Korean drama, di ba? Kapag president to, CEO, hindi pwedeng masangkot sa mga krimen, immorality, right? Di ba? Hindi pwede. Carries out the decision-making for all functions. So, siya yung pumipirma, right? So, marketing na mention ko na to kanina. Marketing strategies and plan. Paano ba mamamarket ang product? Paano tataas ang sales, right? Paano magiging cost-effective na mas konti lang ang gagastusin? Kasi just like what I told you last time, di ba? Dapat ang expenses ay konti, mas mataas ang income. Tama ba? Tama ba ako, class? Can I see a thumbs up sign? Okay, thank you. Alright, and of course, dapat din sa marketing merong research and development. Kaya napapansin nyo yung iba, yung packaging nila paiba-iba. Yung packaging ba ng Tide nung bata kayo? Yun pa rin ba yung packaging ngayon, class? Hindi na, binabago, right? Binabago kasi dapat you should be able to adapt to the changing environment. Kasi ang tao nagsasawa, 'di ba? Ayan, and then of course you promote good relationship with customers and distributors. It's not actually right that the customer is always right, but you have to please the customer kasi ang nangyayari diyan kapag hindi na please si customer, lalo na ngayon, class, di ba, social media, nakita niyo ba yung nag-post na cake? Tapos sabi, palagyan daw sa body ng happy birthday. Nakalagay, happy birthday sa body ng cake. Ayan, so parang nag-order siya sa Grab. Tapos, sinabi niya doon na pakilagay daw yung happy birthday sa body ng cake. So, pinost niya yan, tapos dahil doon, sabi ng company na nobody's perfect naman daw at wala naman daw na wala na trabaho, and because of that, to appease the clients, their customers, nagkaroon sila ng 20% discount until the end of September. So, ano ibig sabihin ng class? Social media is very powerful. Napaka-powerful ng social media. So social media can either, make you famous in a positive way. It can also destroy you. Tama ba ako, class? Can I see a thumbs up sign? Yan. So, para ma-appease yung kanilang client, ganyan yung ginawa nila. Which is a very good marketing strategy. So, parang dahil doon, natuwa naman yung mga tao. Ay, okay, sige nga. Bibili nga ako nitong cake na to kasi naka-promo sila. Ayan, VP for production. Yan, ensuring production meets customer demands. So, dapat na lahat ng demand ng, for example, sa branch na to, mabenta ang mask. Dapat laging nagre-replenish sila ng mask. Right? Sa ibang, kunwari, dun sa mga iba kasi mahilig sila, gumagamit sila ng hindi disposable mask. So, ba't magre-replenish ng stocks mo dun sa branch na yun? Dun sa, kung ano yung gusto, kung ano yung nawawala, kung ano yung mabenta dun sa branch na yun, dapat nagre-replenish ka ng stocks. Right? And then, coming up with a production plan that maximizes the utilization of the company's production facilities. Yan. So, dapat din, adequate and cheap raw material suppliers. Di ba? Na-mention ko na rin to last time. Dapat po, you have to make it to a point na konti lang ang gagastusin. Kasi kapag kayo nagtrabaho, ang hirap, ilan mo, ba't ka mag-overtime? Kailangan explain mo yan. Okay? Kasi kapag nag-overtime si employee, ibig sabihin yan, additional costs. Okay? So, what about VP for administration? Okay? Pabasa nga ako, Wing.
VIP for administration. Coordinating the functions of an administration, finance, and marketing departments, assisting other departments in hiring employees, providing assistance in payroll preparation, payment of vendors, and collection of receivables. Determining the location and the maximum amount of office space needed by the company. Identifying means, processes, or systems that will minimize the operating costs of the company.
Okay, ayan. So basically, lahat finance, marketing, lahat yan ina-administer. Dapat tama lahat yung pagmamanage mo ng business. Kaya nga mayroong president, right? In terms of the hiring, right? In terms of payroll, nababayaran ba yung mga empleyado? Yung vendors, ito yung mga kinukuhanan niya. For example, retail business ka. Kasi meron diyang tinatawag na, minsan inuutang din nila yan di ba? And then, kaya nyo bang bayaran lahat? Collection of receivables, di ba class? For example, you rendered service to a client on account. Ano yon? Accounts receivable yun, di ba Patricia? Right? Receivable kasi nagpautang ka. So, dapat nagbabayad. Mamaya, pautang lang ng pautang, hindi pala nagbabayad. Right? And then, determining the location. Dapat yung location nyo. Well, actually ngayon kasi class, di ba, ang gusto ngayon is working from home. Halos lahat ngayon nagbebenta na ng pagkain sa bahay lang. Kasi ang laking tipid, di ba? Kesa magrerenta ka, wala namang pupunta sa'yo. Di syempre, sa bahay ka na lang mag-ooperate. Tama ba ako, class? Can I see a thumbs up sign? Right? Kasi nga, pandemic nga ngayon. Okay? Kaya nga, that's a very good example. Kapag sa bahay kayo nag-ooperate, you are trying to minimize the operation cost of the company. Okay? All right. Any questions so far?
Wala po.
Okay, good. All right. So let's continue. The core functions of VP for Finance are as follow: financing, investing, operating, and dividend policies. Ayan. So financing decisions include making decisions on how to fund long-term investments such as company expansion. Dapat ba mag-expand ang business? Right? Dapat ba magkaroon ng branch sa ibang bansa kasi successful na dito? Right? Okay. What else? In terms naman of capital structure, it refers to how much of your total asset is financed by debt and how much is financed by equity. So, paano ba yon? To illustrate, meron daw dito, ayan, equity, liability, saka asset. So ano nga ba, class, yung accounting equation? Natatandaan?
Assets is equals liabilities plus equity.
Very good. Asset equals liabilities plus capital or, right? Capital or equity. Right? So, titingnan natin dito, may total sample capital structure tayo. Yung equity daw natin is 100%. Tapos, ang capital structure natin, which is the asset, is only, ilang percent yan? Parang 25% lang. Tama ba ako? Ang liability natin ay 75%. Ibig sabihin kaya ka may pera kasi umutang ka sa bangko. So sa tingin nyo, dapat ba na mag-expand tayo ng business natin kung ang pera natin ay dahil lang sa umutang tayo sa bangko, class?
Hindi po.
Hindi, right? Okay? Ayan. So ano naman ang short-term investment? So short-term investment decisions are needed when the company is in an excess of cash position. To plan for this, the financial manager should be able to make use of the financing or financial planning tools such as budgeting and forecasting. Moreover, the company should choose which type of investment it should invest in that would provide a most optimal risk and return trade-off. Short-term, ibig sabihin nun, sandali lang sila mag-invest doon. Siguro 1 year. Long-term investment, it involves investing in stocks. Okay? So it should be supported by a capital budgeting analysis, which is among the responsibilities of a finance manager. Capital budgeting analysis is a tool to assess whether the investment will be profitable in the long run. Kagaya ngayon, bagsak ang stocks, 'di ba? Kasi nga, lahat ng company halos nagsara. Maraming negosyo ang nagsara ngayon. Pero once na natapos na ang pandemya, kagaya niyan, si Philippine Airlines, di ba? Nag-declare siya ng bankruptcy. Tama ba ako, class? Napanood niyo ba yun sa TV, yung sa US nila? Nag-declare na sila ng bankruptcy kasi nga, walang flights. So basically, ang mga natamaan ngayon ng pandemya is yung tourism industry. Kasi bagsak talaga ang industry. Kasi since most people, they don't wanna go out kasi ayaw nilang mamatay, di ba? Ayaw nilang magkasakit ng COVID. Kasi within, o ba naman, pag lalabas ka, mahawaan ka, pwedeng 50-50 ka, right? Okay, next. Operating decisions deal with the daily operations of the company. The role of the VP for Finance is determining how to finance working capital accounts, such as accounts receivable and inventories. Receivable, ito yung pinautang mo na hindi pa nagbabayad. So as a financial manager, you have to make it to a point na yung mga pinautang ay magbabayad, right? So short-term sources are those that will be payable in at most 12 months. Ayan. 1 year. Ito yung mga magbabayad sa'yo. So for short-term bank loans, the interest rate is generally lower as compared to that of a long-term loans. So kayo, kung utang kayo, dapat, for example, gusto nyo kumuha ng sasakyan. Kapag, 5 years to pay, mas malaki yan tubo dyan. Pero kapag kinash nyo yan, mas mababa yung babayaran. At kapag mas maikse mo siyang ilo-loan, like 2 years, mas mababa ang interest. Okay? Long-term sources naman, on the other hand, mature in long periods. Since this will be paid much later, the lenders expect rather more risk and place a higher interest rate. Okay? Kasi katulad niyan, karaniwan ng sasakyan dito sa Pilipinas, di ba, class, putang? Tama ba ako? Right? Can I see a thumbs up sign? Di ba they don't pay it cash? Hinuhulugan nila kasi maraming nag-grab, di ba? Tapos ang nangyari, nung nag-pandemic, na ngayon, paano nila huhulugan? Bawal nga bumiyahe, right? Okay, so, mas mahal ang bayad yan. So, kapag hindi ka nakabayad, for example, kumuha ka sa sasakyan, hahatakin niya ng bangko. Okay? So, ang mangyayari niyan, yung binayad mo, wala na, sayang. Right? So, what about dividend policies? Sige nga, pakibasa nga ito. This, paragraph. Pakibasa ako.
Dividend policies recall that cash dividends are paid by corporations to existing shareholders based on their shareholdings in the company as a return on their investment. Some investors buy stocks because of the dividends they expect to receive from the company. Non-declaration of dividends may disappoint these investors. Hence, it is the role of a financial manager to determine when the company should declare cash dividends.
Okay, kasi yung dividends na yan, di ba nag-invest sila, right? So may maron silang makukuha. Dividends ang tawag doon. Okay? Pera yon, cash. Okay, so before a company may be able to declare cash dividends, two conditions must exist. Number one, the company must have enough retained earnings. Retained, ibig sabihin, nandun lang yon, earnings yon, hindi mo yon ibibigay sa mga investors mo. Accumulated profits to support cash dividend declaration. And of course, dapat merong existing cash. Right?